Buffalo-Toronto Public Media presents the USA Wheelchair Football League Tournament in Buffalo, New York. Brought to you by Move United, Greater Buffalo Adaptive Sports, and Allied Motion.
Hello and welcome to Buffalo, New York for the third and final round-robin game for the Buffalo Bills wheelchair football program. They will face off against the number 7 ranked Las Vegas Raiders. I'm Hunter Lover Cummins, play-by-play, alongside colorman Nick Thomas on the call. Yesterday, we saw Buffalo go 1-1 as they defeated the New England Patriots 19-6, while dropping it to the Dallas Cowboys 35-0. The Raiders 0-2, dropping both games to the Patriots as well as the Cowboys. Today's weather could be a factor. Nick with a little bit more on that.
Yeah, it's pretty foggy out today, a little bit of dampness in the air, but hopefully it'll clear up a little sooner rather than later and be a great day for football.
For the folks back in Nevada, this is, of course, a 5 a.m. start with a 3-hour time difference, so it'll be interesting to see if that impacts the game at all. Now let's head to the field for warm-ups. We're about 2 minutes from kickoff here, and on field is Nicholas Marasco, the big number 99. You know, he's really well-rounded as he's powerlifted in the Paralympics. He grew up in Hawaii, where he watched his cousins and brother play at Aloha Stadium, and his high school was a powerhouse Ka'aku for the Red Raiders. And, you know, his sack tally is pretty high on the stat sheet and could increase today. On the other side of things is number 20, Adam Page. If you want to say well-rounded, he's the true definition, as he's a 3-time sled hockey gold medal champion in the Paralympics, 2010 Vancouver, 2014 Sochi, Russia, and 2018 Pyeongchang, South Korea. So this will be a key matchup to watch in this morning's early round-robin game between the Bills and the Raiders.
This program has been made possible by Batavia Downs, Western New York's entertainment destination with on-site hotel, great restaurants, and hot gaming. And by Towne Automotive. We love our town. Additional support provided by Amy C. Martoche and Timothy W. Hoover.
Are the visitors. She will get to call it. You've got heads, tails. That's tails, and that's heads. What are you going to call?
White head.
Yes, heads.
Just that one. That might be the same guy.
All right, what do we got? It is heads. Raiders, you've won the toss. What would you like? You're going to defer, okay? So, Buffalo, you want the ball? Buffalo is going to take the ball. Which way would you like to kick? That way. So we are kicking from clock. Excellent. So you guys are lined up right away. So Raiders win.
As we see in the coin toss, the Buffalo Bills will be receiving the football as the Las Vegas Raiders won the coin toss but will defer. And so we are just about set to get going here from the ECC North Campus in Williamsville, New York. I'm Hunter Lover Cummins, play-by-play, joined again by Nick Thomas on color. And Buffalo wheeling out, ready to receive the kickoff or throw-off, as of course there are a couple different rules here in wheelchair football. First off being that we don't have kicks or punts, it's the throws for the substituting for the kicking or punting. And then, of course, it's 4 tries to gain 15 yards, not your traditional first, second, third, and fourth down to gain 10 yards. And so something to look out for. Nice field markers to point that out for us. And yeah, so we're pretty much ready to go here.
I mean, for me, you can't explain it to anybody unless they see it. Enjoy this moment. Win the day. Communicate. Talk to each other. And love every minute of this. Yes. Right? Fun, guys. Raiders on 3. 1, 2, 3. Raiders! Let's go.
It was Bob Murray giving his team a little bit of a pep talk before today's game. Always nice to see a little soundbite. And so, with that being said, they're ready to reel out, and we'll get this thing started. We'll take a look here at head coach Tim Wade for the Buffalo Bills, going 1-1, looking to grab a win here to likely move on to the next round. Joined by his sons Andy Wade and Eddie Wade. The East Aurora trio is out here in Williamsville, ready to do some more coaching as they've done before. Also joined by former Bills trainer Bud Carpenter, and then somewhere along the sidelines is former Bills equipment manager Woody Reddick.
For the story is great.
And our head official today is Corey Pearson.
Thanks to him for joining us for today's game, and we're set to go. Gerardo Orozco ready to throw this thing off, and it will head out of bounds with a flag on the play, and so that'll bring the ball up for the Bills to start on their first offensive drive. You know, it's kind of funny when you're throwing that ball, you don't know where it's going to bounce, especially on pavement, so that's always a factor here.
Right, a lot different than grass with the way that ball bounces.
Absolutely.
22.
It'll be Buffalo Bills football here on the 22-yard line, and they're ready to go, led at quarterback by David Cross. Bills in their whites, Raiders in their blacks. Kerry Frank ready for the snap here. Frank the snap, cross the wheel around, he'll heave it long. First play of the game, just out of the reach of the outstretched hands of Matt Daniels. Bills looking for a bit of a hot start there, but just too much mustard on that one.
Yeah, I like them bringing Daniels in motion too, and then running the route up the sideline. Just a little bit overthrown on that one.
Do like to see the play call there. We'll see what they have in mind for second down here. John Willis on the bottom of your screen, a touchdown scorer yesterday. Willis in motion. Snap goes to Dave Cross. Nice line work from Buffalo. Pass will be incomplete. A little bit of confusion there, looking for John Willis. And so now we'll get third down. And again, another motion play, this time from John Willis.
Yeah, and it looks like they picked up a little more man on that one. They had a guy going across the line with the motion, playing really good defense.
Raiders now trying to force a 3-and-out. We'll see if that is the case here on third down. Bills, you could have tried for chunk plays to start, but now you're going to have to go for that 15-yard pass.
More motion.
Another motion here. And back again. Here is Cross on the snap. Nice line work again from the Bills. Pass will be thrown and just a little bit too far for John Willis again, which forces fourth down. And another rule explanation here. You have to declare if you're going to punt or throw. You can't do a fake or just decide right then and there. So we'll see what the choice is made by Buffalo. Take a look at the replay. And yeah, of course, just a little too far out for John Willis.
Yeah, Vegas doing a really good job crowding the line of scrimmage and getting Buffalo stuck, not able to run their routes.
Here is Dave Cross, and they will choose to punt it, so just to heave down the field, see who grabs that, and it will go out of bounds. Of course, no flag on the punt for out of bounds, and so it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders offensive unit coming on to the pavement for the first time today.
Good job, Dave.
Bills out of the huddle, ready to go. Raiders just finishing up.
See if this Buffalo defense can match Vegas on that last drive. Hopefully get the ball back and get a better start.
Right on for the sake of the Bills. And here we go from the Raiders breaking the huddle. At quarterback is Nick Marasco for Vegas. You heard a little bit about him in the pregame. Quite the accomplished power lifter. Here is the snap. Marasco will look. Some nice line work, but will be out of the hands of number 55, Cesar Robledo. So a nice attempt there, but this early warning dew could be a factor with the ball being kind of slippery.
Definitely, ball going through receiver's hands. Really good job by Vegas at keeping Marasco in the pocket, giving him a lot of time to throw the ball.
Right on. Some nice line work by both offensive units here. Just could be Butterfingers as well.
Yeah, it's still a little wet. Hoping maybe by halftime, maybe dry up a little bit.
We'll see if the sun can make an appearance. Tevin Macklin in motion, and here's the snap to Marasco. Bill's coming, but some nice line work. Marasco will pass, and it will be dropped by number 29, the man in motion, Tevin Macklin. And so a nice route that was ran, but again, just couldn't squeeze for the catch.
Yeah, good route. Found the space in the defense, just a little bit overthrown on that one.
And Macklin got a hand on it, of course, but couldn't haul it in. So third down now, last chance for the Raiders, assuming they wouldn't go for it on fourth down in this field position area. Bud Carpenter directing the defense, excuse me.
Raider.
here is Marasco fielding the snap. Plenty of time. He'll look, fire, and it will be dropped by number 55, Cesar Robledo. And it looks like there was some Buffalo defender that got a hand on it. Not sure if it was a factor, but regardless, 4th down for Vegas.
Yeah, again, 3rd straight play. Vegas' offensive line doing a really nice job giving Marasco a lot of time to throw the ball.
And there was a flag as well, offensive pass interference.
It will be 4th down. We're going to decline that penalty. 4th down.
And of course that would make sense as you want the 4th down rather than a 3rd and long. Just fast forward right to the 4th down, and so it will be a Vegas punt. Back for the Bills, 20 and 22, Adam Page, John Willis. They'll be joined by number 23, Brian Willis, the brother of John. And here is the snap and big throw from Marasco. It will be bouncing right in the middle, and so see if the Bills can get a hand on it. Page will go track it down. Oh, he'll take a tumble, and this is a live ball. This is a live ball. I'm trying to see who that was recovered by, as Page did touch it before corralling it. And it will be Buffalo football. Take a look at the replay here. So Page, it took a really weird bounce. And Page is trying to track that down, takes a tumble, but he is able to grab it, and so that was quite the action play.
Yeah, good heads-up play by Page to jump on that ball after it comes live.
So, Buffalo Bills football deep in their own territory. It'll take quite a few plays to get out of it. We'll see what they have in mind. Here's some play calls being called out there. Adam Page goes in motion. Snap goes to David Cross. He'll look and fire. And just out of the reach of Adam Page, so 2nd down. Still no completions here as we are just about to be under 8 minutes. And you just have to wonder, maybe some early morning gameplay, just have to wake up a little bit still? Or?
Yeah, maybe thinking about the weather a little bit, thinking about the opponent. Marasco's playing really nice defense over the top. You got to wonder, too, is Adam's hand hurting him?
That could be from the fall that you just saw. Snap goes to David Cross. He'll fire away, and this one is caught but dropped by Adam Page, and so he got 2 hands on it, just couldn't secure. And, you know, the speculation is really what's key here. Could it be a wet ball, or just could that hand not have been able to corral it? And it was really a great grab. It was just well defended, too, by number 79 there for Vegas, Marcus Hill.
Yeah, great job by Hill getting his hand in there right at the end, knocking that ball free.
Now 3rd down for Buffalo. Familiar territory from the last drive. We'll see if they can convert this time. Snap goes to David Cross. Vegas coming. He'll throw, and it is picked off! Picked off by Vegas, number 83. Gerardo Orozco hauls that in, and Vegas has an amazing way to start some field position here with about 6.5 to go. Right in the fog there, Orozco getting those paws on it, and so Vegas 1st down.
Yeah, Vegas playing really killer D here, getting the hands up and bringing that in. Now have really short field to work with and trying to get a score here.
Vegas will break the huddle. Number 99, Nick Marasco, ready to possibly be field general and lead them to a score here. Snap goes to Marasco. He will wheel around a little bit, look for a passing opportunity. He'll throw it. It is caught for a touchdown. Vegas gets on the scoreboard first, and I believe that was number 55, Cesar Robledo, and yes, it is, for the score 6-0 Las Vegas here in the early morning. This fog quite a factor, but we'll take a look. Was given time by his line in right towards the corner. Robledo hauls it in, 6-0 Vegas. We'll see if they can make it 7 on the PAT.
Yeah, great back shoulder throw into double coverage there from Marasco, and a great catch too.
Vegas breaks their huddle here. Here's some coaching Marasco the snap. He'll look to try to fire around, wheel around to the right a little bit. He'll fire away, and this one is too far ahead of Robledo, who caught the touchdown. And so the score will remain 6-0 here with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. A possible upset brewing if what is read on the scoreboard now holds.
See Buffalo in that last play too, crowd that end zone a little bit more and play for that deeper pass into the corner, just like they saw in the last play.
I'm sure they kind of wish they applied that to the touchdown pass for a defensive strategy.
Most definitely. It may be something they'll adapt throughout the course of the game here as they see what Vegas continues to throw at them.
So we do also play with a running clock when it's not under 2 minutes, and so that's a factor as well, just for timekeeping purposes. Vegas ready for the kickoff. Orozco tosses it away. Nice grab there from number 15, Derek Lindy. And he'll get touched, but that could prove crucial as it advances the ball much further than maybe what was thought, where the Bills thought they'd have to start the drive.
Yeah, definitely better starting field position for Buffalo here, almost up near midfield this time. Hopefully that'll give them a little bit more confidence, a little bit better drive here.
So and Lindy really had to get both hands on that to secure it, but it could prove as very beneficial for the Bills.
That's their first time out of the half.
And there was a timeout on the field with 4 minutes and 9 seconds remaining.
Right now, all we're seeing is just, getting stopped. We got to get open, find places to get open.
Okay. We had a third down, and I'm watching guys. We got to get 8 yards, and I'm watching guys running routes at 4 yards. I'm watching us do our routes, and we're running into people. Instead of trying, let's settle down. Let's get methodically going. Let's do a better job, Ben. You got to watch on the block too when you're blocking. Try to stay out a little bit. Yeah. Don't get so bunched up. All right. They're just trying to go outside. Hey, we got to give them time. Let's keep doing our thing. But guys, we got to go. Like I watched on the last one with you guys. Like what? I don't even know what happened there, John. It seemed like you went right into Matt.
Yeah. You both went the same place.
I mean, and that's a stack. You're supposed to be wheeling. I don't understand what's going on.
Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Listening in there to the duo of the Wades,
1, 2, 3,
Eddie and Andy, as well as Bob Murray giving his Raiders some direction.
Yeah, on the Buffalo sideline, you can hear the coaches telling them, get your routes downfield, got to do a better job getting open against this tough Vegas defense.
You heard running into each other. That's not what you want to see here to start the game for Buffalo. See if they can correct that in this drive. There's Matt Daniels in motion. Kerry Frank snaps it over to David Cross. Looking and firing. Again, too far for Matt Daniels. Seems to be a theme so far. Just too much on the throws from David Cross.
Yeah, a little bit overthrown on that last one again. Seems like Cross has been overthrown a little bit all day. Hopefully we can reel it in a little bit. Receivers starting to get a little bit more downfield on that.
Right, you either need to pull it back if you're Cross on the throwing strength or speed up a little bit if you're the receiver. So we'll see if either of those can be executed. John Willis in motion. Pass going to David Cross. The snap it is. And coming around is Vegas. He'll fire away. This one is picked off again. Second interception on the day for the Vegas defense. This time, Marcus Hill, and he was sure to hold the ball out to make sure it wasn't swatted away. And so just a really unimaginable start for Buffalo.
A great play by Hill there, getting his hand in there and just almost kind of taking it away from the Buffalo receiver.
In fact, I actually thought that Page had corralled it, but it was Hill that came up with it. Battle of cornerback and wide receiver, point to cornerback. Vegas now looking to add to the lead that is 6-0 currently. Carrasco awaiting the snap. He'll take it. It'll actually be a pitch play. Now holding the ball is number 58, Matthew Etzel. He'll wheel around and grab a great chunk of yards. Interesting play call there. Why not switch it up, and it works to the benefit.
Yeah, good job by Etzel getting around the corner and grabbing the edge too, getting a few extra yards before the Buffalo defense closed in on him.
You saw Marasco pitch it to Etzel. He used the sidelines to his advantage, caught an angle, and with a host of Buffalo defenders, still able to grab a great chunk of yards.
You could see a lot, too. A lot of the players tossing towels to the sidelines. Still really damp out there. A lot of moisture on the ball, a lot of moisture everywhere.
The fog, which creates the dew, is still a factor. And so, again, could be a reason why you pitch it not too far out for a throw. Works to their advantage. Snap to Marasco. He'll looking, coming around for a second. He got him. That is number 7, Zachary Andrews for the Bills, sacking Nick Marasco, and that's a key play for this Buffalo defense that needs any kind of momentum they can find.
Yeah, it brings back last play's gain and just really great speed on the edge by Andrews to get in there and get the sack.
Great play there by Zach Andrews to make sure that the ball is not further advanced from Vegas. So now 3rd down. And, you know, this is a scenario where I might imagine some train horns would be blaring in Orchard Park.
Right, hopefully we'll see a lot of that later today. For now, here, see if the Buffalo defense come up with their first stop.
Snap to Marasco. He'll try to point around and direct his offense. He'll be looking around, and he'll have to fire now. And it is caught by number 79, Marcus Hill. Will it be enough? I'm not sure. I don't think so, and that will be the case. It is 4th down, so a chunk gain, but not enough for the Raiders. We'll see if they are declaring to go or punt. They're going to go. So, with a little bit to gain, we'll see if the Raiders can advance this football.
Curious to see if the Raiders bring that extra protection back for Marasco, too, like they did on that last play, trying to prevent that sack. They might bring it back out on 4th down.
We'll see if they want an extra receiver or an extra blocker, as they'll have to make the choice. Snap to Marasco here on 4th down. He'll wheel around to the right. Directing traffic, he'll fire away. It is caught. Marcus Hill. Marcus Hill with the catch. And it will be enough for a Las Vegas 1st down. Nice play call there. Sometimes you don't need the long bombs, and that's what works this time for Vegas.
Yeah, and a really good job by Marasco throwing under pressure as Brian Willis came in and got a hand on him late, almost getting the sack.
And Hill just found an opening, and he was able to catch it, and that's enough for the 1st down. We'll take a timeout as that is the end of the 1st quarter with your score, Las Vegas 6, Buffalo nothing. We're back from break of the 1st quarter here, 6-0 Vegas. Quick sponsor here. This program has been made possible by Batavia Downs, the Western New York's entertainment destination with on-site hotel, great restaurants, and hot gaming, as well as by Towne Automotive. We love our town. Additional support provided by the ECC Martoche and Timothy W. Hoover. And as always, thank you to the members of Buffalo Toronto Public Media. We'll switch fields here, switch sides as we enter the 2nd quarter. And it'll be a fresh set of downs here for the Raiders after converting that 4th down, which risky play call, but it works to their advantage. Some Buffalo crowd chanting for defense. Snap goes to Marasco. He'll wheel around, trying to direct some traffic here. Getting around as Andrews again will fire before getting sacked. Incomplete on the play. Great pressure there by Zach Andrews, making his name heard.
Yeah, it looks like Buffalo's starting to step up the pass rush and try to really disrupt Marasco from throwing. And it's doing a really good job, and the defense on the back end tightening up a little bit as well.
2nd down now for Vegas. And I'm really interested to see if they go with one of those pitch plays again. Has it really worked to their advantage?
Yeah, and you could tell after the timeout, too, the coach was telling Vegas it's not as bad as they thought it was going to be. It looks like they're getting a little more used to the weather out here, and they might start throwing a little more, but that pitch play really working well against that Buffalo defense.
Vegas getting set on the line here. In motion goes number 29, Tevin Macklin. Snap goes to Nick Marasco. He will look for a possible receiver. A short pass over to number 55, Cesar Robledo, and moves to 3rd down, but a shorter distance to gain. Take a look at the replay here. Marasco with the snap, letting the play develop, not rushing on this one, which is key here, and he'll fire right away to Cesar Robledo, touched by John Willis.
Yeah, and 3rd and a short distance to go. This might be that time for that pitch play that we were talking about earlier. Just get it out to your playmaker and let him go pick up a short yardage.
Very curious to see if we see it come back here. Vegas getting set on the line. Marasco calling out. Here's the snap on third down. Marasco wheels around. Nice work by his line. He'll throw it. And this one's caught by number 58, Matthew Etzel. And it will be fourth down. Not enough on the catch. So, decision-making time for Vegas. We'll take a look at the replay. Marasco looking around and finding an open receiver. Just not enough on the yards to gain there from Etzel. Here's the snap. Marasco will look, and he'll wheel around. You thought he might take a run on it, but he'll fire away, and it is caught for the touchdown. A wide open number 56 for Las Vegas. And it is caught for a touchdown. Wide open, not sure where the coverage was.
Marasco played a really good game here, just finding open receivers, taking his time, and a really good job by Vegas on blocking for Marasco and giving him that time to find them.
We'd like to make a quick correction. That actually was Matthew Etzel in number 56. Anytime you've heard number 58 called, that's David Brown. So excuse our apologies for that one. Excuse our mistake. Snapping goes to Marasco. He'll shovel pass, and it is caught for the point after. Nice play design there, and we're trying to get a number on that one.
Yeah, interesting play call there. Get the receivers out to the side and then bring in a little shuffle pass over the middle just for the quick yardage.
Jody Bennett, the receiver on that one. So 13-0 in favor of Vegas as we enter about 11.5 to go in the first quarter, and Buffalo can't let this lead for Vegas get out too much further if they want a chance to come back here.
Yeah, Buffalo's really got to start figuring some things out on offense here and try to get some points on the board.
Vegas ready for the kickoff. Orozco tossing it away. It rolls around, finally picked up by John Willis, who will put the ball in his lap and wheel around and grabs a nice opening there. So it'll be starting field position for Buffalo at about the 15-yard line.
If you're Buffalo, you got to start getting some more completions and just some more rhythm plays here to start getting some kind of drive going before you look for the big chunk plays.
Buffalo absolutely needs to make this a productive drive, and hopefully for their sake ending with points on the board. Feels ready for this snap. David Cross, signal caller. Pass goes to Cross. Vegas coming around. Cross will pass, and it's reeled in by Matt Daniels, who will tire up the sideline for a couple extra yards. First completion on the day. Had to get it out of the way with 10 minutes remaining. A nice gain there for Daniels.
And that's exactly what Buffalo needed. Get a first down, get a rhythm play, and get the drive rolling down the field.
As you see here, Cross found Daniels right on the right side, and he made the stretch and stayed in his chair to make sure that he had control of it for the first down. Matt Daniels going in motion now. Pass going to Cross, who will fire away, and it is caught again here by number 15, Derek Lindy. So the Bills, like you had just mentioned, Nick, getting into some rhythm.
Yeah, consecutive completions, keep the ball moving. You want to keep that line of scrimmage moving down the field. Don't want any pauses in the drive here. Keep that momentum.
Bills rolling now, second and short. See if they can make their third straight completion on this one, or a possible pitch play, as we saw from Vegas.
And great catch by Derek Lindy on that last one. Ball a little bit behind him. Good job to keep his body in check and bring that one in.
Absolutely, he reached back there in the red hoodie undershirt. Daniels in motion, his snap going to David Cross. Vegas coming hot. Cross will fire away. Nice grab again by Derek Lindy. I felt like that was Groundhog Day. Second same play in a row, and it goes for a positive gain.
Yeah, second play eerily similar to the first one. And Marasco getting in the backfield really quick almost makes you think maybe that wasn't the initial read, but just had to get it out with that pressure coming in.
Vegas brought the heat, but David Cross was able to get it away, and Derek Lindy hauled it in for the Buffalo first down. Bills will send Adam Page in motion. Snap going to David Cross. He'll have to get it away here as Vegas is coming. He'll pass, and this one is incomplete. Matt Daniels not able to haul it in, so the first incompletion on the drive for the Bills, but that is all right for them as it is now second down. They'll have to regroup here to see if they can pick this up.
Yeah, and a little bit better job by Vegas getting bed in the backfield. Cross having to do a little bit of avoiding, trying to get away, and then just kind of force that one out at the end.
Snap goes to David Cross. He will look and have to come around, fire quickly, and this one is going to be picked up. I didn't quite see the camera angle on that one. I think they're going to rule it a catch. We'll take a look at the replay here to get a confirmation on that. Cross firing, and how about that? Matt Daniels reaches down kind of by the wheel spokes to grab that one. A nice play there by number 40, the captain.
Yeah, and that's some real grip strength there, being able to grab that ball so low to the ground and bring it back up to your body.
Absolutely, and you figure too, moisture still possibly a factor.
Definitely, and need big plays, exciting plays like that to continue the drive.
Snap going to David Cross. Nice line work here, another firing away, and this one is caught, dropped. Derek Lindy couldn't haul it in for his third catch of the day, and so it's now fourth down in what seems like a drive that was going so well.
Yeah, and like we talked about before, we thought that the mist and the dew and everything was going to kind of slip up a little bit going into halftime, but as you can see, it's still out here, it's still present and making an impact on the game.
Bills looking to go here to try to pick this up as they have the best field position of the day. David Cross sending Adam Page in motion. Readying for the snap. And now they'll send Derek Lindy in motion, who's been very involved in this drive. Cross will look and fire. It is caught by Adam Page. First down, Bills. Nice play call there. A couple of guys in motion works to their advantage.
Yeah, I really like what Buffalo's doing here, bringing multiple guys in motion, trying to confuse the Vegas defense, giving them a little bit more windows, a little bit more plays, things to throw to, and just, like we said, chip their way down the field and hopefully get a score.
You have to wonder if that kind of put the Vegas head in a spin cycle on that one because of all the motions. And, I mean, the fog, too. You never know if that's still kind of getting in the way of the eyesight.
Yeah, definitely. And Buffalo, I think they're just trying to throw a lot of different looks at Vegas, trying to find any way they can to confuse that defense a little bit and make it a little bit easier on their playmakers.
All right, so by the looks of it, it was caught, but it actually was not enough for the first down. Our apologies on that one. So it will be Vegas football. So it was a completion, just not enough. Vegas back with possession. Marasco the snap. He'll wheel around. It'll be a QB keeper. He's got lots of room to go here. And he'll juke away from Matt Daniels. It was actually, so we were a little incorrect on that one. He had the ball, pitched it away, and actually caught it back. So maybe you wanted to find that as a flea flicker?
Yeah, a little trick play there, but definitely fooled us and fooled some of the defense getting out. And then, but a good job at the end by Buffalo's D closing in and holding it to a shorter gain.
I was under the impression that he had the ball and kind of spun away from Matt Daniels, so he did just without the football.
Yeah, it looked like a really good move on the sideline, just no ball in hand on it.
Right on. And so second down now for Vegas. Snap goes to Marasco. Nice line work, making sure that he's not pressured. This one is thrown away and had a hand on it with Cesar Robledo, just not able to reel it in. So third down for Vegas.
Makes you wonder too, did Adam Page get a hand on it? Got in there and contested it a little bit. Good defensive play.
See if we can get a replay look, and we will. Pass was thrown, and I just may have hit the fingertips of Robledo, so just not able to corral it in. Vegas breaking their huddle, trying to convert this third down with about 3.5 to go in the second quarter. Snap goes to Marasco. He'll wheel around, trying to get away from some Bills defenders. He'll pass, and this is intercepted. Buffalo Bills pick it off. It is number 4, Connor Gow, and that is just what the doctor ordered for Buffalo, to try and punch this thing in before the end of the half.
Yeah, great job, too, by Andrews and Willis getting in there to create pressure.
Bills now breaking their huddle, trying to punch this thing in, finally, see if they can. David Cross ready for the snap here from Kerry Frank. They'll send Derek Lindy in motion. Cross with the snap. He will look and have to fire it away as the pressure was coming hot from Vegas' number 99, Nick Marasco, a true 60-minute man on both sides of the field, and so not much more you can do besides toss it away.
Yeah, and in this first half, too, you could really see why Marasco has 7 sacks on the season. Just elite speed getting to the backfield and really good getting around defenders and putting pressure on the quarterback.
He wheeled right around with virtually no issue there. Second down now, same amount to gain for the Bills. They'll send Adam Page in motion. Kerry Frank on the snap. It goes to David Cross. Have to throw it away here, and it is caught by Derek Lindy, who will wheel around and be touchdown for third down, but more manageable.
Yeah, and Lindy having a good first half here. A lot of receptions. They're really going to him on that last drive. See if they can put something together with him here on third down.
And it looks like will be the 2-minute warning here in the second quarter. Let's take a look here at Eddie Wade, giving some advice to his team and complimenting them as well on this current drive.
Still see the fog playing a little bit of a factor here, closing in at the 2-minute warning, closing in on halftime.
It almost seems like it's increased a little bit.
A little bit, still really thick out as you can see. The field looks a little bit better, but around depth perception definitely a little bit harder with all this fog in the background.
All right, third down readying now for the Bills. They'll send Derek Lindy in motion. Here comes the snap to David Cross. We have a flag on the play. We'll see what happens anyway. Kerry Frank on the catch. So wheel around, trying to push forward, and she's got the line to gain. However, let's see what the penalty flag is.
White 19. Gonna be 10-yard penalty. Replay the down. Third down.
It'll now be third and long as number 19 for the Bills, Sam Ott, was guilty of a holding call. And so just a drive killer here for the Bills. We'll see if they can come with something up now, but it's going to take quite a bit.
Yeah, especially on a good reception by Carolyn Frank, getting that underneath route we were talking about and gaining yards after the catch. See if they can come up with something else here on third down.
Backed up pretty far now, so here's the snap to David Cross. Snap going to Cross. Vegas bringing pressure. Cross heaves it far, and it will be dropped. However, flag. This could save the Bills if they're going to call interference. We'll await the referee's ruling here.
Pass interference on 29 black. Spotted the foul. Automatic first down.
Take a look at the replay here as Willis was interfered with, and so that will keep the drive alive for the Bills. Rescued by the flag.
Yeah, and I really like that route by Willis off the motion. Really turned upfield and got up fast.
Bills ready to snap it now. Minute and 40 to go. Clock does stop under 2 minutes on plays that require it. Willis in motion, at the bottom of your screen. Here's a snap to David Cross. They'll wheel around to his right, look and fire. This one is caught. Caught by Matt Daniels. Nice play there for the Bills. Now they're rolling a little bit more. Matt Daniels, you heard his name earlier in the game, making sure to stay relevant.
Bills got to start to hurry up now. That clock winding upon the completion. Got to start finding a way to get in the end zone quick.
Nice haul in there by Matt Daniels. Snap going to David Cross. He'll stay in the pocket. Throw here, a little bit of too low for John Willis's reach, and so now it will go to third down. Pressure was brought there again. You have to really notice the pressure being brought by Vegas, not afraid to get in there and almost kind of use a blitz play.
Yeah, really good job by Darnell Callahan, just getting in there and disrupting the quarterback, and just kind of have to get rid of the ball on that one, avoid the turnover.
Third down now for the Bills. You figure, I mean, maybe four down territory, but we'll see if it doesn't matter if they can pick this up here. Snap going to David Cross. He'll look, have some time to fire, have to fire now, and it is going to be incomplete off the fingertips of number 55, Cesar Robledo. And so now it's decision time for the Bills. We'll see what they pick.
It looks like they're going to call a sack back.
And so the pass was actually deemed irrelevant because there was a sack on the play by the Raiders defense. Again, the pressure getting across, unable to figure it out.
Timeout, Raiders. First timeout of the half.
And Vegas, it seems, wants this ball back to maybe even punch it in again before the end of the half, which would make it a 3-score game. So really aggressive decision-making here by Bob Burry and staff.
Yeah, and a really good job by the Vegas defense tightening up here right before the half. Going to try and give their offense an opportunity, like you said, to get those extra points in before halftime.
Take you inside the huddle here, see if anything interesting is being said.
Listen, I want to do what we did at the end.
Okay, so both outside guys.
Going deep.
Adam, right down the seam. Right down the seam. Right down the seam. All right?
Because they only got one guy back.
And guys,
right? We should be able to beat the guys
to block. They're coming outside, right? Just cut off that angle. Cut off the angle up there, right? Carry, just what you don't want to do it too much. But you don't. Exactly. But you gotta, yeah. Exactly. But make, you know what I'm saying, right? I know it's a common. Just like yesterday, 1 second out. Right down the play. Right down the play.
Bills breaking their huddle here on 4th down.
Need a big play here, try to make something happen before the end of the half.
We'll have to see if they're in punt or pass formation. They'll send Adam Page in motion. Here's David Cross, and it looks as though it will be a pass play. Heaving it over the middle, it's incomplete. However, a flag. Does this keep the drive alive?
Looks like a couple Buffalo players signaling towards Vegas.
Referee's ruling coming here.
Corey Pearson going to come and give us the call.
On the defense, number 55, be a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Automatic first down on the hold from Vegas, and so Buffalo will get another chance to keep this thing going. Although the thing is, they can't just keep relying on flags to keep the drive alive.
Right, you got to come to a point where you go out and take that play. You can't keep letting things fall in your lap. You got to go out and earn it.
Have to kind of do it themselves here as they'll set up on first down with 40 seconds to go, so time is of the essence. Daniels in motion. Pass going to David Cross. He'll look and fire. This one is going to be caught by Adam Page. Page reels it in what you might call double coverage, and so we'll have a timeout from Buffalo with 31 seconds remaining, trying to cut into this lead of Vegas.
Buffalo.
We'll take a look here. Cross able to fire right over the middle, and Adam Page where you need to be, when you need to be, and he held it in, and so it will be second down and short here for the Bills. 31 seconds to go.
Yeah, and exactly what their coaching staff were talking about in that last time out in the huddle. They want them to run down the seam and get open down the middle. It's exactly what they did, and they get a big gain off it.
And it was, of course, the 3-time Paralympian champion in shuttle hockey hauling it in, and so true well-rounded star here on the ice, on the pavement.
Well, I mean,
31 seconds left. Do you try to use up all that clock while trying to get a score, or do you want to just focus on only the score, let the clock dictate itself, and hope that your defense can make a stand if Vegas gets the ball back?
From what we've seen here, I'd certainly have to side with the latter choice. We'll see if that's what the Bills agree with or not.
Let's go.
Bob Murray seeing if his defense can hold stout. They'll send Adam Page in motion. Snap goes to David Cross. They'll fire away. This one is caught by Matt Daniels, but a flag on the play, and that was right after the snap happened, so you have to wonder, is this coming back?
Yeah, it looks like they might get some kind of legal motion or false start on Page on that motion.
Only 2 men on the line of scrimmage. There'll be a 5-yard penalty, replay the down.
These are the penalties you can't have. You can't have these procedure calls going against you if you're the Bills, because it negates a great gain of yards here.
Definitely got to take care of the things you can control, especially with 22 seconds left on the clock, trying to get that goose egg off the board before halftime.
It'll send Buffalo all the way back to just behind the 30-yard line, right about a little bit ahead of the 30-yard line here, closer to the 20. Page in motion, as he has been for quite a while. The snap goes to David Cross. Cross will look and fire, and lots of flags on this one, caught by John Willis. However, back in the backfield, is this coming back as well?
Fight, number 19.
I am holding on.
Yeah, hang on.
Corey Pearson trying to explain to us what the flags were.
So Buffalo subs out number 19, Samuel Ott. That was his second holding call of the game. Looks like they're going to try to get a different look on the offensive line.
Number 19. We also have a holding on the defense, black, number 29. Was it? 86, sorry, 86. Those penalties offset. We'll replay the down. Second down.
So the Bills won't be backed up necessarily, but it does still take away the catch, as there was an offsetting holding call on the black and silver too.
And what that play does too, whistle dead and they'll replay the down, but that still takes another 9 seconds off the clock, only 13 left in the half.
Wasted seconds, not what the Bills were looking for here. About probably 1 to 2 plays max left. They'll send John Willis in motion. Here's the snap going to David Cross. Raiders coming hard. Cross will fire away, and it's going to be incomplete, as Adam Page just couldn't get turned around in time for that. And so now 7 seconds remaining with third down.
7 seconds left. You got to just take a shot at the end zone, right? I mean, last hope before halftime. Try to get some kind of momentum. Even if you don't score, get a big play, get something to rally the guys before halftime and go into the second half with momentum and try to come back from this deficit.
If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm calling Hail Mary or 4 verticals on this one, because
get that ball in the end zone.
I think that's your best bet. Pass goes to David Cross. We'll see what they have in mind. He'll have to fire quickly. He will, and it will be incomplete. And so, with that being said, our first half is over. Your score, Las Vegas 13, Buffalo
half is over.
0. An upset possibly brewing. Well, I'll take you in a little bit to the fact that all these Buffalo Bills players grew up watching their counterparts on the turf and have favorite personal memories that they reminisced about back on Wednesday when they were asked. Many of the players were inspired by who they loved to watch play in their younger years, and even right now currently. Listen in to find out what they had to say.
This program has been made possible by Batavia Downs, Western New York's entertainment destination with on-site hotel, great restaurants, and hot gaming. And by Towne Automotive. We love our town. Additional support provided by Amy C. Martoche and Timothy W. Hoover.
My favorite Bills player, honestly, has to be Sam Gash, mainly because of the impact he had when blocking and going through the line, his reputation on being very physical.
I would say my favorite Bills player is Bruce Smith. I just like the intensity that he always had.
My favorite player is Thurman Thomas. If you're watching this, Squatty, come on out.
Favorite Bills player of all time, I would say, is Jim Kelly.
My favorite Bills player of all time, I would have to say, is Kyle Williams. He just worked his butt off.
Josh Allen. He's physical even though he's a quarterback and trying to fight for every yard that he can get.
My favorite Bills memory was our perfect game when we went 7 drives, and destroyed the Patriots in the playoff. I was there, it was freezing.
Our playoff game against New England, super cold and windy. I was able to be there with my dad, and awesome to experience that and those elements too.
Probably in the 90s when we took down the field goal post.
One of my favorite Bills memories is being at the snow game against the Colts. We were one of the people that made snowmen in the stands. It was really, really crazy memory.
2017 when we made the playoffs.
One of my favorite Bills memories was actually getting a chance to meet Josh Allen just recently, about a year and a half ago. Meeting Josh and be able to talk to him for a couple minutes and just explain to him the importance of football and what it means to me.
Just about to end halftime here from ECC North in Buffalo. Hunter Lover Cummins again joined by Nick Thomason. Our scoreline reads Vegas 13, Buffalo nothing, and based on what we saw yesterday, a bit of an upset is brewing as Vegas went 0-2 yesterday, Buffalo 1-1. I mean, what do you have in mind here for the Bills and the Raiders' perspectives coming into the second half?
Yeah, I mean, if you're Vegas, you're really happy with the way you bounced back today after a day like yesterday. And if you're the Bills, you just got to take some of that late second half momentum into this half, figure out the game plan a little bit better, do more of what was working, and they have to cut down on the mental errors and the unforced penalties, really killing them at the end of the half.
You have to control what you can control and let it make sure it doesn't hurt you, but in that case it did.
Right, and even at halftime, like we overheard talking to a couple players, the start time for this game, like we said earlier, 5 o'clock for these guys back in Vegas, definitely taking a toll on their bodies and their mentals, trying to get up and moving earlier than they're used to.
Right, time difference is quite a factor, and maybe some of the folks here don't realize it as much. Also speaking with them, the mist is a big factor too with the wheels, not necessarily the fog, but the mist. And so we'll kick off the second half here as the pass is thrown and caught by Cesar Robledo on the kickoff, and he'll be touched down for the Vegas Raiders to start on their first second half drive with the clock moving. The Vegas mindset, you figure, is really just to keep things rolling as is. No changes, don't fix what isn't broken, and so we'll see if that's able to happen.
Yeah, that clock's going to keep rolling until 2 minutes. They just got to keep steady on offense, keep up what they had in the first half, and try not to let Buffalo get back in and put some pressure on them on the defense here to start. And if you're Vegas, too, I think you really just got to keep riding on Nicholas Marasco. Had a great first half, and you could see why he was definitely our focus player for Vegas going into this game.
You hear some Buffalo crowd chants going on. Eddie Wade leading the way on that. We'll see if that can possibly be a factor, the crowd noise. Vegas will send Tevin Macklin in motion. And here's the snap from Nick Marasco, our first play from scrimmage from the second half. Marasco will kind of dump it off. It's picked off. John Willis, the first play from scrimmage, goes the other way. John Willis read that perfectly and almost took the lame duck right out of the air.
And exactly what we talked about, Buffalo bringing that momentum from the first half into the second half. First play of the second half, turnover, and you can definitely see the renewed energy over on that Buffalo sideline.
And if you want a momentum switch, that is one way to acquire one, because that will certainly help the Bills as they're starting to score here in pretty decent field position for their own sake.
Yeah, picture perfect start for the second half for the Bills.
Frank snaps the ball to Dave Cross. Vegas coming hard, nice line work there, and this pass will be incomplete. What I want to talk about here is Ben Richard making sure the Vegas defender didn't get to David Cross. You got to give the big fellow some credit sometimes, and I think this is a great example of where to do that.
Absolutely. Protecting the quarterback is a job like no other on the football field, just as important as any other. And you could see on the end of that play, too, Matthew Daniels looking a little upset. Thought he had some space over the middle there and just thought he missed the throw. See if they can get it back here on second down.
See if he can just let that go and move on quickly. Bills will send John Willis in motion. And here's the snap to David Cross. Richard making sure nobody gets the cross. A big heave. It is caught. Daniels down the sideline. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stretching the ball over the goal line. And the Bills are back on the board. However, a flag in the backfield. Is this coming back? Does the excitement turn to groan?
We got holding. White, number 19. 10-yard penalty, replay the down.
Touchdown is wiped off the board. Sam Ott just can't seem to figure out those holding issues that we saw a little bit earlier. Really unfortunate. I'd like to get a better look at that. But regardless, it'll send the Buffalo Bills back all the way, not even from where they started, but 10 yards further back. Just a killer on that one.
Yeah, and you can see him bringing Ott back out. And, you know, a big killer there. But now you have a little bit of insight on what might work for this Buffalo offense going through this second half against the Vegas defense.
Just a real unfortunate scene of events there, and the crowd is going crazy, but will not count. And so we're back on second down. Snap going to David Cross. He'll find somebody to pass to. This one's reeled in by Matt Daniels. Another great grab, so no issue with the catching hands from Matt Daniels, and this one will count.
Yeah, Matt Daniels really a favorite target almost this game from David Cross, displaying great hands, and they get back about the yardage they lost, maybe a couple extra too, so we'll see if they can keep this going here.
Got pass interference on the defense, number 55. It'll be a spot foul, automatic, first down.
And so the Bills will take advantage of another flag, consecutive flag on the play, and this one will move it to a first down.
A lot of flags today, a lot of errors by both teams. I bet you both coaches right now telling their squads they need to tighten up and get rid of these unforced errors.
Could be the early morning factor. We'll wait to see if any more come. Here's another pass, David Cross. It is dropped by Adam Page. He got a hand on it for a little bit, but just couldn't haul it in. Will now move to second down. And you have to feel bad, too, for Matt Daniels, as with the penalty being accepted, I would think that might negate his catch as they took the yardage from the penalty, too.
Right. But, you know, Daniels, he knows he's got to get back in it and just duplicate plays like that. Keep making plays for his team and just rebuild that momentum. Can't let one play kill your momentum for the entire half.
Motion left!
Matt Daniels sent in motion. Kerry Frank the snap to David Cross. He'll look and fire. This one is going to be caught by Adam Page, and he gets a nice little bit of yak there on that one, yards after catch. And so it will now be first down, enough to gain for the Bills. Take a look at the replay. Cross finding really right over the middle, and Page able to wheel away there for some extra yardage. They'll send Page in motion, see if it's a similar play call. In fact, they'll actually line up kind of in the slot. Now motion. Snap going to David Cross. He will look, direct some traffic and fire away. This one's caught by Kerry Frank, kind of back wheeling. How about that? Some yards after catch, kind of a behind that. I mean, what would you call that? Just kind of a reverse wheel.
Yeah, it just looks like kind of doing anything you can just to advance the ball, gain as many extra yards as you can. Had to focus on that catch, but a good heads-up play, just getting extra yardage.
Let's take a look. Kind of goes in reverse for the yards. Who says you have to turn around?
Yeah, no rules on which way you got to go as long as you get there.
As long as you're going in the right direction, and so that'll work just fine for the Bills. Second down and short now. Page in motion, and that's been a similar theme throughout the ballgame. Here is the snap to David Cross. He will have to look and fire quickly. Caught by John Willis, trying to get around, and he will be tagged down. We'll wait to see if it was enough. Not quite, but very close here for the Bills, and I think the problem there was that John Willis was in position to go north to south when he was trying to, well, the goal, of course, was to go east to west.
Yeah, it looks like he got caught up a little there. It could have been almost a touchdown-saving tackle from Marcus Hill, too. Nobody in that back half aside from Marasco on the other side of the field.
Bills on third and short now. Here's the snap to David Cross. Having to fire away quickly. This one is going to be just outside of the reach of Matt Daniels. Now fourth down. You have to figure this is going to be a fourth down attempt with the ball in a passing play.
Yeah, short yardage to go. Got to go for this. Got to keep the drive alive. and gotta try not to bite off more than you can chew here. Keep in mind what the immediate goal is, keep this drive alive.
And you heard Eddie Wade, only 1 yard is needed. It'll be interesting to see what they dial up here. Here's the snap to Cross. Try to wheel away, quick pass is caught by Matt Daniels, but swatted away. What a play there from Marcus Hill to make sure he did not reel the ball in, and I don't think that play from Marcus Hill can be understated because that was crucial.
Yeah, and you can see a little difference here. No motion on the play call, and Marcus Hill just having a really good half of football right now, kind of taking over that lead spot on the defense that Marasco was filling in the first half.
And that's a spectacular play by Marcus Hill because that would have been enough to convert. And so we go from the Bills thinking they'd put points on the board, having it come all the way back, and now the ball ends up back in the hands of the silver and black. Ball goes to Nick Marasco on the snap. He'll wheel around, trying to look, and he'll fire a long one now. This one is going to be defended. However, it is caught. It is caught by number 55. Cesar Robledo. I actually thought Page had swatted that down. Let's take a look at the replay here. Check your right side of your screen. That was the focus pretty much the whole time. Marasco fires away, and wow, tight-roping the sideline.
Yeah, Marasco really doing some damage to Buffalo with those back shoulder throws on the sideline.
Here's yet another snap. Marasco will wheel right, firing away, caught by Marcus Hill, who, again, another 60-minute man there, both sides of the ball making impact plays. And this is just really putting a dent in the Buffalo defensive effort.
Yeah, and Vegas starting to pick it up a little bit, go a little bit quicker on the snap. Good job by Marasco to stay in the pocket and take the hit from Andrews on that.
Flag on the play. We'll see how it develops anyway. Marasco will look and fire. Picked off by John Willis. If this is on Vegas, it will be Buffalo football. Let's await the ruling. Another great read by John Willis. However, it's all up to the stripes to see what it will be called as.
Yeah, Corey Pearson going to tell us if that's on Vegas and that was just a free play or if this Buffalo ball is going to stand.
Hold on. I got to wait my 5 seconds. Illegal procedure on the offense. That penalty is declined. It'll be first down, Buffalo.
And so the interception will stand for John Willis. Could this finally swing the momentum in favor of the Bills?
Yeah, and a lot of momentum shifts here in the second half. First half, a lot of Vegas, and you can see here, just a great job to jump that route and bring that momentum back to Buffalo.
Nice play there by Johnny Willis. Clock still continuing to tick, about 4.5 to go in the third quarter here. Well, they'll send Matt Daniels in motion, who's got his hands on the ball quite often this game. Cross a pass, caught by Adam Page. This one is hauled in and completed. Just what the Bills need to keep this ball moving. And again, those short chunk plays may be the better call. Of course, we had the big bomb, but it was called back.
Yeah, Buffalo really finding some success over the seam here. Just bringing their receivers up the middle, trying to get small yardage plays, maybe a little run after catch, but it's a good job just picking down the field by Buffalo.
First down now for Buffalo. John Willis sent in motion. The man with the interception on the day. David Cross will fire away and caught again by John Willis, but for what has been a theme of the game, some more yellow is on the pavement. Let's see what is the call here.
Okay, but probably decline then.
And from the early look, it will be on Vegas. So we'll have to see what is worth more, the penalty or the catch.
Stop the clock.
Looks like we're going to have a little bit of discussion here from the officials. They want the clock to stop.
We'll let the referee sort this out. Now, it's really a question of, do you gain more on the catch or the penalty is how I would kind of think of it.
Yeah, and obviously Buffalo going to choose whatever gives them the most yardage here. It looks like the ref's just trying to sort out what the exact call on this play is.
We got illegal contact, 55 on the defense, and 5 yards, automatic first down.
So it looks like they'll take the penalty there, give them an automatic first down instead of just a yardage. Smart decision there by Buffalo.
And even though the catch went for more, I think the real priority here is keeping your drive alive.
Yeah, can't keep killing it with the momentum penalties. Gotta stay just doing the right things on the Buffalo side, not making the mental errors. Keep this drive alive and get some points on the board before the fourth quarter.
And the clock will be outbound again. We'll start up here, 3.5 to go. First down here for the Bills. Some of the better field position they've had on the day. Johnny Willis going in motion. Snap coming to David Cross. Here it is. Nice line work there. Derek Lindy. Pass is dropped by Adam Page. Could not get a handle on it. Second down now.
Yeah, tough ball there for Adam Page. Ball a little bit thrown behind him on that left shoulder. Hard to kind of reach your right arm back and get both hands on that ball.
You know, quick to mention, a lot of these athletes, multi-sport athletes, a ton of wheelchair basketball, sled hockey, and other sport experience. But something interesting to note, John Willis, the man with the interception, never played football before playing a wheelchair here. So it just goes to show how much he's learned in a little bit of time. They'll send the man that was just talked about in motion. Here's David Cross on a long pass, just outside of the reach of Matt Daniels. Third down now. That was about as close as you could get to getting a hand on it without actually getting a fingertip on it.
Yeah, just a little bit overthrown there. Buffalo got to try and rein it in a little bit. A little lucky there, too, as Marcus Hill sitting over the top. Had an easy chance, maybe a deflection on that. A little bit of luck on there for the Bills.
Here is David Cross firing away, and almost a one-hand grab by Adam Page. He was not able to get a hand on it. Nice active sportsmanship there, but from Cesar Robledo to make sure he didn't take a tumble. You like to shout that out when you see it. And so we will go under 2 minutes here in the third quarter.
Yeah, fourth down here. Bills drive starting to stall a little bit. Got to see if they can get some momentum back here on fourth down and keep this drive alive.
Last chance to extend the drive here for Buffalo on what looked so good from the beginning. Here is David Cross on the pass. He'll fire away, and it is going to be caught by Adam Page. Spins away. At least we thought he did, but it will be enough for a first down. Great play call, great catch from David Cross to Adam Page with this clock ticking.
And there we go. That's just like we talked about earlier. Gotta find those seams in the defense and move your way down the field. Don't have to look for the big chunk play every single time. Just gotta keep consistency and keep the drive moving.
Page actually had to reach down to the wheels there, so you have to give a lot of credit here for these body contortings and twistings here. Snap going to David Cross. He will have to look and fire quickly. Caught by Adam Page, and it was actually kind of a shared catch. Matt Daniels, Adam Page, you have to wonder what that would be ruled in the stat book, but regardless, it works for the team.
Yeah, it almost looked like Daniels wanted him to hand the ball off to him at the very end so he could get that extra yard into the end zone, but still a good play by Buffalo, and now they got 2 yards to go and try to get some points on the board.
Really innovative thinking by Matt Daniels. Kind of almost a lateral, if you will.
Yeah, really heads-up play. It didn't work out, but still a good play for the Bills. They got a chance to score here now.
They'll send Adam Page in motion, threatening to score for the first time before the third quarter ends. David across the snap. He'll fire away. Caught! Adam Page! And that one will count. There is absolutely no taking back this touchdown as the Bills find themselves on the scoreboard. 13-6 now, awaiting the point after, only down one possession.
That's exactly what the Bills need to start the second half. They wanted to reverse a little bit on that first drive, giving up the touchdown due to the penalty, but now they got points on the board, and now they got to get a defensive stop and build off of this and try to come back.
And so that will actually wind down the end of the quarter. However, because the point after touchdown is, of course, an untimed down, they will allow it to play. Let's see if they can make this a 6-point game or if it will remain a 7.
See if they use any motion, too. They've kind of strayed away from the motion on short yardage plays.
And it is Willis in motion. Snap going from Kerry Frank to David Cross. He'll have to fire quickly, and this one is going to be dropped, but a flag on the play, and I think this one could benefit the Bills with a second attempt, possibly, if we have interference called on number 49 for Vegas.
Yeah, defensive pass interference, 49 black. We're going to replay that try, half the distance.
Yeah, and once you're 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, can't have that kind of contact anymore. No jamming, no getting up in the receiver's grill. Got to kind of let them play a little bit and play the ball from there.
And, of course, with the ball being spotted at the 1, from the start of it, you know you can't do that. So just a mental error there from Vegas.
See if Buffalo can capitalize on that.
Kerry Frank ready to snap this ball away quickly to David Cross. This time it's Daniels in motion. David Cross receives the snap, firing away. Adam Page caught for the point after conversion. Adam Page, the sole scorer responsible on the receiving end for Buffalo. And so at the end of 3, your score, Vegas 13, Buffalo 7. We'd also like to take another thank you opportunity to our sponsors. This program has been made possible by Batavia Downs, the Western New York's entertainment destination, on-site hotel, great restaurants, and hot gaming, and by Towne Automotive. We love our town. Additional support provided by ECC Martoche and Timothy W. Hoover. And as always, thank you to the members of the Buffalo-Toronto Public Media.
Yeah, you can hear it too at the break. A lot of the fans starting to get riled up into this game now, ready for the fourth quarter, hoping their Bills can come back and take this one home with them.
One-score game as you hear the shout song being chanted, a little bit of a warming up the pipes for later today, as well as, of course, back on the turf in Orchard Park, the Miami Dolphins 3-0 roll into town to play the 2-1 Buffalo Bills, an extremely crucial divisional game.
Yeah, kind of almost unnerving to see not labeled a must-win, but almost a must-win this early in the season. We'll hope our Buffalo Bills can pull it out today, along with our Buffalo Bills here today.
Back on the pavement here as we are set to go for the fourth quarter. 13-7, a 6-point game for the favor of Vegas. And, take a look at the sideline here. Marcus Hill having some issues with his wheelchair. Going to be interesting to see if that's a factor, if he can get this thing back to go in time, as he's been really all over the field today.
Yeah, the longer he's out trying to get the chair back in good working order, the bigger advantage that is for Buffalo. Marcus Hill's been everywhere all over the field today. A big loss for the Raiders until he can get back in the game.
Kickoff will bounce off of Cesar Robledo. It is a live ball picked up by number 56, Matthew Etzel. Etzel will take it around for the starting field position for the Raiders.
See if this Bills defense can come up big again, hold the Raiders. They don't have a lot of time left. Like we said, the clock keeps running throughout the quarter until the 2-minute warning. So they got 12 straight minutes. They got to try and hold them and keep enough time for their offense to go down and hopefully tie this game up.
And you do see Marcus Hill still on the sidelines. The Bills really need to take advantage of that with a one great wideout not available.
Definitely, and you got to keep the pressure on Marasco here. He's been lights out throwing the football all day, but their successes come when they put pressure on him, and it's not as easy of a throw for him. And that back half in the secondary has to keep those receivers in check, especially with Hill out of the game.
Defense ready to put some pressure on Nick Marasco as here comes the snap. Zachary Andrews getting around. Marasco will pass, and it is going to be ruled as a catch for Matthew Etzel. Some nice pressure there by Adam Page, possibly trying to rip that away.
Good dive in there, too, at the end by Willis. Just trying to get a hand on that ball, almost trying to get a diving interception, but good catch there by Vegas.
Matthew Etzel making his name heard here in the the fourth quarter. Pass going to Nick Marasco. He'll have to fire away, and he will. This one is going to be bobbled and caught by number 55. Cesar Robledo kind of jumped up from him, almost like a jumping bean in his wheelchair, but he was able to hold on to that. So it'll bring up third down, but a short yardage amount to gain. And now we have a toolkit coming out for Marcus Hill, so I'm not sure if he'll be in anytime soon. Here's the snap to Nick Marasco. On third down, a crucial stop for the Bills if they can get it. He's motioning around, still nobody to find for a pass. He'll launch it deep now, and it is hauled in by Cesar Robledo. Kind of a last-ditch effort to keep the drive moving, and he does a great gain there and an effort to get open.
Yeah, and what a job by Vegas, just keeping Marasco in that pocket, not letting the defense get to him, giving him all the time in the world to complete that pass. Looks like Marcus Hill starting to figure out his wheelchair on the sideline. Might be getting ready to check back into the game.
Snap going to Nick Marasco. He'll wheel around and fire. This one is going to be caught by number 29, Tevin Macklin. You heard his name for going in motion, but it is the first time he records a stat line here in today's ballgame.
Yeah, and this has almost been kind of a theme with the Bills D, even on the drives where they're getting stops. It's almost kind of a bend, don't break mentality. Vegas getting down the field, but Buffalo comes up with a big play at the back half of the drive.
Second down now for Vegas, about a mid-level amount of yards to gain. Here's Marasco on the snap. He'll wheel around. Plenty of time here as the line is doing a great job protecting. Marasco will point around, will kind of lob it up, and this is dropped by Cesar Robledo. That was surely going for 6 if he holds on, and the Bills have to be thanking the slippery fingers there of Cesar Robledo because he got around. Another flag on the play as well. Let's try to hear what this one is.
We got holding on the offense, number 56. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. We play second down.
And so it'll back the Raiders up even further.
Yeah, and a really crucial call there, too, for the Raiders, trying to put together a put-away drive. But as we remember, the field is only 60 yards here, so a 10-yard penalty does a lot more damage on a shorter field than that of an NFL field, which is 100 yards. Backs them up almost double the distance that they have to gain.
Right, viewers might not know that a 40-yard difference is actually pretty significant.
Very, very, on such a short field.
Here's a snap to Nick Marasco on 2nd and long. He'll wheel around, nobody near him. He'll try to point around and launch one deep, and Robledo is open. It is caught. Cesar Robledo, once again, he hauls this one in, almost a similar route, just getting lost in the Buffalo defensive coverage. You got to work on that if you're the Bills. How can you let it happen twice?
Yeah, the back half kind of collapsing, as you can see here, but a really good job by Robledo, just really fast down the field and creating that openness and just kind of letting Marasco lob it up there for him to get under.
He definitely got by Connor Gow without issue there. Bills will try to have to address that because Vegas is starting to score again. Here's a snap to Nick Marasco on 1st down and a fresh set of downs. He'll wheel around, trying to look and fire another lob. This one is going to be just out from Robledo's hands. I mean, the Marasco to Robledo connection now is firing on all cylinders and almost yet again there.
Yeah, and Buffalo really doing a good job getting to the quarterback, especially number 7, Zach Andrews. They got to kind of thank him, keeping that pressure on Marasco, making it a little bit more difficult for him to get the ball out.
2nd down now. We are under 10 minutes. Again, 13-7 Vegas. Here's a snap to Marasco, another passing play. Yeah, look and fire. This one is going to be off the helmet of Marcus Hill. You had to wonder, were we going to have a David Tyree part 2, but not to be the case here, as it'll go to 3rd down.
Yeah, and almost lucky that it kind of bounced off the helmet of Hill there, as it was in double coverage. Could have easily been an interception by the Bills if that takes an unfortunate Vegas bounce.
Let's see this one fired away yet again in double coverage, and yeah, right off the top of the helmet for Marcus Hill, but no worries after that because it fell incomplete. 3rd down now. Snap to Nick Marasco. He will look around and have to fire, and this one is going to be picked off right into the hands of Connor Gow. He's not touched, wheeling around. Connor Gow is finally touched down, but what a play to save the game virtually for Buffalo. Connor Gow making up for his errors in coverage with an interception.
Huge play there by the Bills defense. Just absolutely needed that. Like we talked about earlier, bend, don't break. Let them get down the field, but then they get the turnover, and now they have a chance to go down and tie this game up or take the lead.
An absolutely crucial play on defense for Buffalo, and I have to figure that's going to sink the hearts a little bit of Vegas. Let's see what the Bills have in store here.
Yeah, you can see that Vegas sideline looking a little more deflated than they were on that last drive. A lot of high energy, now a lot of concerned looks on the Vegas sideline, hoping their defense can come up with a stop.
Gary Frank ready to snap it away to David Cross here. Have to take advantage of the great defensive play. Adam Page in motion. Here's David Cross. He will fire, and this is incomplete off the wheel there of a couple of defenders. And so 2nd down now as we enter under 8 minutes.
Yeah, really lucky there. Kind of sailed it a little bit just over the outstretched hands of the defender. Almost an instant turnover right back to Vegas. Like we talked about earlier, if you're Buffalo, you had success on that last drive. You can't stray away too much. Stick with what's working, keep the ball moving down the field.
David Cross ready for the snap on 2nd down here. Here it comes a little low. He's able to pick it up. Pressure coming. Cross will fire away. And this is tipped and incomplete. A nice defensive play there from number 99, Nick Marasco. One of those men that you see on both sides of the ball. And that was pretty crucial because Matt Daniels was right there. What a play there from the QB/CB.
Yeah, really good reach there from Marasco getting in. It looks like we got another flag down on the field.
See if we can await the ruling here, and could this possibly benefit the Bills?
Looks as though it may have been just a dropped flag on the play, no actual penalty called.
Inadvertent on that one. So, however, the down marker flipped to 1st. So the Bills will take it. However it comes, first down here. David Cross receiving the snap. He will fire away, and it is going to be ripped away. And what's the ruling here? It's either a pick or a catch. Incomplete. I'm not so sure that's the right call. You figure that would have had to been ruled a reception or an interception. Very surprising to see the referee's ruling here. Let me take a look at the replay. Okay, so right at the last moment, Daniels made sure it was not an interception. A great call by the refs. Again, one of those angles I didn't have on the camera.
Yeah, really fortunate there again for the Bills. Dodging a couple turnovers here on this last drive. Got to take better care of the football.
Daniels going from wide receiver to cornerback on that play. Here's David Cross on the second down snap. He'll fire away, and that one will be picked by Nick Marasco. You're not going to have any sort of debate on what happened there as Nick Marasco making his name heard not only on the offensive side of the ball, but the defensive as well. A drive stopper, a momentum killer for Vegas, as it's another interception that turns the tide yet again.
Yeah, and looking at the replay here, just kind of underthrown on the play by Cross, and then Marasco's able to just kind of jump the route and come in and just take that ball away from the receiver. It almost looked like if he got a little more loft, maybe a little more distance, he had him over the top. Could have been a score, but just an underthrown ball by Cross.
Devastating result on that one from David Cross. You get the interception from Connor Gow. The crowd is into it, but it goes right back into the hands of Vegas with 5 minutes and 44 seconds. Bills, their only shot now is going to be a quick turnover on downs or another turnover, such as an interception.
Yeah, low-scoring game today. Bills have done a good job keeping Vegas out of the end zone in the second half, have not scored, and they have the turnovers. Got to do it one more time if they want any hope at staying in this game.
He's going to give you the 10 seconds, and then the count off to 5. So
referees discussing in the middle as well as you hear Bob Murray in the Vegas huddle.
Looks like Corey Pearson just getting his ducks in a row before the last stretch of this game, making sure both coaches know what's going on, both sidelines, and that we're ready to go for the last 5 minutes, 40 seconds.
Run your routes. Take our quarterback. Do our job. We do our job to win the game. 1, 2, 3.
Sounds like Vegas almost adapting the just hold on to the ball, keep that clock down, and do not let them give themselves a chance to get back in this game, and don't let them back in this game.
Vegas' best bet probably just to try to milk this clock without making sure it turns over from a fourth down perspective.
Right, hold possession, then you get to 2 minutes, and you got to do that work inside 2 minutes.
Snap goes to Nick Marasco. He'll wheel around and fire. This one's going to be caught by his pretty much best friend in the backfield there, Cesar Robledo.
Yeah, again, Robledo showing that speed, getting out across the line, and a good way to start that drive for Vegas.
That was enough to move the chains here for Vegas, and so first down for the Raiders. Clock just about to enter under 5 minutes.
Good, let's go, Buffalo. Hit.
Hill as well as Marasco in the backfield for the Raiders. Snap going to Marasco. It'll be a pitch play to Marcus Hill. He'll put it in the spokes of his wheel, and it'll be touchdown. Certainly not enough for a first down. I mean, I think you'd figure that would be a play that was trying to milk the clock.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to get a timeout here as well. Really good strategy to just kind of hide the ball there, and then you get both hands on the wheels and can start gaining that speed, trying to get the edge. Good job by Buffalo cutting them off there at the edge.
So the timeout is called, 4 minutes and 40 seconds, second down now. Bills not in a bad spot if they can continue to keep this thing working. We'd like to say hello from the booth.
You could hear at the end of that last play, too, the Buffalo coaching staff telling their players, let him get the edge, let him get out of bounds. They didn't want to have to, they don't want to give up those extra yards, kind of cut him off, make him get out of bounds. And that's exactly what they did there on that play, holding him to a small gain.
Second down now for the Raiders as they're ready to snap it to Nick Marasco. Here it comes. Nick Marasco having to reach down for that one. And plenty of time given. Andrews coming hard, and it will be dropped by his wide receiver, number 56, Matthew Etzel. And Zach Andrews a millisecond away from recording a sack there on Nick Marasco.
Yeah, Andrews been bringing the pressure all game long, doing a really nice job getting to the backfield.
Third down now. The Bills absolutely need to have this one on defense if they want a chance at tying this ball game up and possibly going ahead if they were to score and grab a point after touchdown.
Yeah, Buffalo with 2 timeouts left still, using them sparingly. Hopefully, if they get a stop here, they have those 2, and then try to stop this clock and give them as much time as possible before that 2-minute warning.
Raiders breaking their huddle. Always got to look where Marcus Hill is to determine what kind of play it is, whether it's a pass or a pitch. It looks to be a pass. Here's third down. Nick Marasco wheeling around and looking and firing, and this one is going to be incomplete. A 4th down for the Raiders, and the Bills have held them once again. You'd figure this would be a punt. Looking at where the field position is for Vegas.
But it looks like Buffalo's actually going to decline to call the timeout and put that faith in their defense to get this 4th down stop. Clock will stop on the turnover. And then they have, presumably, a little under 3 minutes to work with to try and bring this one back.
Want to save that timeout for the offensive unit if needed.
Looks like Vegas going to take their time.
Buffalo not having a true punt return man in position, so maybe just kind of preparing for anything here. And so they're actually going to go, and it proves to be enough for the first down, and so close to saying that's your ball game because Marcus Hill in position to catch, and what a ballsy move there from Vegas.
Yeah, really, really gutsy move there, getting the ball, throwing it right over the middle in the seam when Buffalo's playing true 4th down defense. It's a really deflating play there for Buffalo. Looks like they're going to use another timeout here. Vegas.
Timeout, Buffalo.
And you really have no choice after that because of the first down. The chains are moved. Timeout, Buffalo.
Yeah, and if you're Buffalo,
look back at that. 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining here. First down for Vegas, and they're looking to put this game away with another score.
You can hear the fans in the back trying to rally their defense. One final stand here.
Marasco awaiting the snap here on first down. Vegas is going really just to run this clock out. There'll be a pitch over to number 58, David Brown, who's stopped in the backfield. So a productive play for Zach Andrews, but until it hits 2 minutes, that clock will run.
Yeah, you can see the difference in the play calling too for Vegas here as Marasco just kind of pitches it off there and then becomes the lead blocker, just trying to buy as much time as possible and keep that clock running. Good job getting in the backfield for that tackle for loss, though.
2 minute warning here. 13-7 our score. A 1-score game, 6 points, separating the Raiders and the Bills. This is the last timeout Buffalo can claim as one of their own, as they don't have any remaining.
Yeah, Buffalo going to have to really tighten up here. Don't let up the plays on that run. Let the clock keep running. Force them to pass, force that incompletion, force the stoppage of the clock, and buy yourself as much time as possible to hopefully get a stop and then march down the field quick and get a score.
You know, the debate is, if you're the Raiders, do you only have running plays to make sure there's no incompletions to wind this clock down, or do you go for the pass to make it a 2-score game? I would kind of side with the conservative end of things and really just keep the ball in a rusher's hands.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Vegas, I'm keeping the ball on the ground, keeping the clock running. Maybe your defense has given up only 7 points today. I'm trusting my defense on that last drive. Just take out as much clock as you can and maybe break a big one for a first down or a touchdown and end the game there. But I think you got to keep it on the ground here and keep the clock running if you're Vegas.
Does not seem to be what they'll do unless it's a QB keeper. And could be the case. We'll wait to see. I believe it will be, as Nick Marasco will be touched by Matt Daniels. A little bit of a collision there. And we'll see what the yardage ruling is. We'll turn from second to third down, and the clock will stop as it was out of bounds. Probably not what the Raiders were looking for where to bring the rush. Decision time now.
Looks as though Buffalo might have used their last timeout ahead of this third down play.
Okay, so it may have not actually gone out of bounds. This now was the Bills' last timeout. A little hard to see there. Not quite sure if the wheel did go out of bounds, but regardless, clock is stopped.
Yeah, tough angle from our side over on the opposite sideline, but you got 2 downs left if you're the Bills defense. Try and stop this Vegas offense and give yourself one last shot to go out and win this game.
Nick Marasco awaiting the snap in the backfield. Signal caller will have to make another decision on what to lead his team with here on third down. Marasco the snap. Wide receivers in motion. He's looking. Great job from his line. Andrews coming around. This one is fired and caught by number 79, Marcus Hill. We'll see if it's enough to move the chains.
Looks like a flag down in the backfield.
Could this be a saving opportunity for the Bills?
Could you do it?
Talking to the Bills sideline, looks like it will be on Vegas.
And this one is going to keep the Bills' hopes alive, as that looked to be possibly enough for the first down on the catch from Marcus Hill, but it will remain irrelevant based on this penalty.
We have a holding on the offense, number 58. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
4th down now for the Raiders. We saw them convert the previous one. What will occur on this attempt here?
Yeah, and head coach Tim Wade trusting the defense, giving them that 4th down, not backing them up, believes his team can get a stop here in short yardage.
This surely is the last chance for the Bills, one would think. Snap going to Nick Marasco. Here comes the pressure. Marasco will scoot around and he'll get the pass off. Caught for not quite a score, but enough to move the chains. Zach Andrews so close to getting his hand out for a sack, but not close enough, as it, of course, was number 55, Cesar Robledo, who hauls in the pass for the first down.
Yeah, Robledo just having a really great game here receiving the ball. And you can see on that last play, Andrews couldn't believe that he didn't get there in time for the sack, but a great throw by Marasco.
And however, while the pass was caught, it was actually not enough for the first down, and so will be the Bills' ball. We apologize for the mistake on that. A long field to go, but a minute and a half to do it for the Bills. Let's see what they have now as they're backed up into their own end zone. Pass, the snap goes to David Cross. He'll fire a long one. This one is going to be interference, though. Incomplete, but interference on the play. And this will advance for the Bills. Matt Daniels making sure that that's confirmed.
I got to wonder, too, Buffalo sending their receivers downfield. Maybe they're hoping to get some kind of penalty action like that if they can't get the reception. Move them.
Number 55, it'd be a spot foul, automatic, first down.
Yeah, moving them down the field a little bit quicker. That's a huge play for the Bills.
Spot foul on Cesar Robledo, who has been significantly involved on both sides of the ball, but in a negative manner on this turn. Bills will take whatever they can get. They don't care if it comes in the form of penalties or catches to advance this football towards the end zone.
Big, too. They get the stoppage of the clock there on that penalty as well, giving them a little more time to try and figure out how they're going to get down this field.
Kerry Frank ready to snap it to David Cross with a minute and 24 seconds left. They'll send John Willis in motion. Pass going to David Cross. He will look and fire. This one is caught. John Willis on the catch. A great route by number 22, John Willis. Nicely executed there, and this clock will continue to tick. Second down and short now for Buffalo. Bills got to go. They'll send Matt Daniels in motion. Here's the snap from Kerry Frank. David Cross receives it. Looking for somebody to find on the passing route. He'll fire away, and this one is going to be incomplete, intended for Matt Daniels. Second down now, Third down, in fact, with 54 seconds remaining, 2 attempts left to move the chains for the Bills.
Yeah, and an incomplete pass, but not the end of the world. Stops the clock, gives them time to gather their play, figure out what they want to run here on third down. It looks like Vegas going to change it up a little bit, drop Marasco and Hill back in the coverage and try to play that deeper ball.
Kind of a prevent defense. We have a tire pop from number 99, Nick Marasco. He's going to have to take a seat in what a development this is. A crucial player on the Vegas defense is going to have to take a seat. Timeout on the play as well. So many things happening right now. Substitution, when we resume play, it'll be Tevin Macklin in for Vegas, but such an inopportune time for this tire pop.
Yeah, very big loss, as Marasco has been doing it all for Vegas today, and it looks like he might be done for the remainder of this one. Going to be tough to get that tire back up and running with less than a minute left. As he takes his helmet off, you can see him watching. A lot of anxiety going on as he can't be on the field right now.
Dejected after that occurrence.
See if Buffalo can capitalize on this loss for Vegas.
Eddie Wade sending a message of support there as the Bills break from the huddle on third down now. Raiders in a bit of a prevent defense formation. All lined up on the right side virtually for the Bills. Cross fires away. This is caught. No, it picked off on a deflection. Oh my goodness, Adam Page has it bounce from out of his hands into the hands of number 79, Marcus Hill, and now the Raiders are in position to close this out. A bad bounce is what will take the dream away for the Bills. Let's take a look at the replay. Cross hits Page, it bobbles, and Marcus Hill's right there to seal it for the Raiders. Oh my goodness, the action and drama involved.
Yeah, such a tough break for the Bills as this miss starts to finally clear up towards the end of the fourth quarter, and Page just can't bring it in, and Marcus Hill just in the perfect spot at the right time to pick that one off and likely put a seal on this game for the Raiders.
Here comes the snap to number 83, Gerardo Orozco in at QB. He'll kind of wheel around, really just trying to milk this clock. And he'll get a good amount of yards here. And he's going to be tapped by John Willis. However, it will be a clock stoppage, 30 seconds. It's not written. I'll just say. Snap going to Gerardo Orozco, and this is actually what you'd call victory formation, and Hills just touch the ball down on the pavement, and this clock will wind. Nothing the Bills can do. And so, with the play clock at what it is, that will be what ends the game. Nothing can be done now as we are inside 10 seconds. So, our final score, 13-7 in favor of the Raiders. On the tournament, they go to 1-2 while the Bills drop to 1-2. We'll have to see how the tiebreakers form and reach out based on the standings positioning. But we know now both teams 1-2, waiting to see what their next move.
Yeah, and Buffalo, a tough drop today, but they know what they have to do to get back in it. And, there were a few key pieces in that game that just really kind of killed them over the stretch. A lot of penalties, unforced errors, and all really things that they can control to have a better game next time they touch the field. And now we'll go take a look at the post-game interviews down on the field with Hunter.
Thanks, Nick. We're here with Cesar Robledo after the Raiders' 13-7 win over the Buffalo Bills to move to 1-2 in this weekend's tournament. Cesar, you had a touchdown catch and a bunch of catches for yards after reception. What would you take away from this first win this weekend for you guys?
I want to definitely say that the biggest takeaway would have to be that despite us being a new team and us, every game is a learning experience. So this being the first year, we're definitely learning how to connect and be cohesive. A lot of us are new guys, new people in sports in general, but a lot of us come from a basketball background, so that's why we kind of know how to use a chair to begin with. But besides that, the biggest thing is it's a whole different sport, new routes to run, and we definitely have a lot to learn as far as offensive goes. Like I said, without a quality quarterback, it's hard to run. You know, you could run all you want, but if there's not a good pass, what are you running for? So the biggest thing is having a quality quarterback, and Ola is what we call him, but Nicholas, he's great. He's a great quarterback. He helps us get down. He helps us connect those passes, make those passes, make the yardage. So I think he's a great quarterback, a good leader for us for our starting season.
Some nice words about the big number 99 there, Nick Marasco. Raiders 1-2. We'll see how they shake out here now entering the knockout rounds of the tournament. Thank you, Caesar, for being with us, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Hope we go Buffaloes either way you guys are. Thanks for having us. Yeah.
This program has been made possible by Batavia Downs, Western New York's entertainment destination with on-site hotel, great restaurants, and hot gaming. And by Towne Automotive. We love our town. Additional support provided by Amy C. Martoche and Timothy W. Hoover.